Hi guys, welcome to Trustone.com. This is Mohit Soni and you're looking at another BS6 update that we are riding of the previous motorcycle, that was a BS4. This is the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 BS6 and we're going to tell you what has changed, but what we also want to tell you that it's been over the years, the Interceptor 650 and the GT 650 have created a huge wave for the Royal Enfield brand. We don't look at Royal Enfield that way, the way we did earlier. This engine is fantastic. In the BS4 Avatar is what brilliant. It's got a lot of character, a lot of power, torque to play with, and it's an absolute sweetest motorcycle an enthusiast can have right now. It's earned that tag very easily, very quickly, because it is a very easy and very quick motorcycle to ride. But with the basics, let's discuss what the changes are. And to begin with, let's begin with the exterior, and then I'll jump into the other tidbits. There isn't much change, but this color here with the BS6 version, you can see the chrome version with the yellow golden pinstripe along with the red one, looks really nice, really good. You've got everything else remains the same. You've got those twin exhaust, twin shocks at the back, which are nitrox. You've got the same quilted pattern design seat. That's the side panel over here, and of course everything feels quite good, very good quality, top notch, well finished. There's hardly any room to complain in that aspect. And the motorcycle does feel very solid built, and it has taken a lot of beating. In the 500 kilometers that we've done, this is a brand new motorcycle that we received, so we've just done the run-in, 500 kilometers done. And what we can tell you is that the engine behavior, the specs have remained the same. There's a bit of loss in power and torque, which is in points, basically 0.3 or 0.5, something like that, maybe more, but I don't remember it right now. But it's not significant. But how does it feel, most importantly, to the rider? Well, I don't see any change. We've done a Bombay Pune run and back. We've seen that it is really calm, really relaxed. It's a very nice engine. It feels much more focused, much more, the fuel delivery is much more preciser. So the engine does feel a bit focused, linear, and a tad bit electric in the way the power delivery is. It feels, because it's the atomization of the fuel injectors has been done to make sure that it squeezes out every single drop and meets BS6 emission norms. You feel that it's been done that on the motorcycle, and that's how it behaves. But it's got a very good exhaust note. I think the decibel levels are also the same. It sounds very similar to the previous version. Of course, it does sound a bit more focused with the exhaust note. So let's start that, and I'll make you hear yourself. That's the exhaust note of the motorcycle. I think it feels much more focused, much more linear in the way it sounds, and so is the power delivery, so is the throttle response. It's precise, the power delivery is very linear, and it still has a lot of power and torque to play with in the low end, in the mid range, and it's got a very good top end as well. This is the motorcycle that can finally hit the ton, and it does that very nicely, very smoothly, and rather quickly as well. With my weight as well, with my lighter colleagues also who've ridden it, they've said that this motorcycle behaves really well at every single speed. It reaches the ton in no time, and that's what is the real point of owning the Interceptor, that you can finally have a Royal Enfield that goes fast, and it does that so nicely, so beautifully, and so charmingly. At the same time, it's got great chassis, great suspension, and good tires. The tires now have been changed from Pirelli to C8. We don't see much of a change in the way they're behaving. I think the C8s have shown that they do good in the wet and in the dry at the same time. So I think that's a great start for the C8 tires. But we've obviously not pushed it quite hard, because these are brand new tires. We need to wear them in, and just like the engine, so we haven't pushed it to the absolute limit. But even then, with slightly a bit more usual lean than we usually would do, it's holding on quite well. So I think these tires are doing a good job. Of course, we'll test it more and let you know more about it, but our first impressions, which are quite significant, quite substantial, we do approve these tires. Like I said, the handling is also great. The turn in is quite quick. The wheelbase makes it very stable on the highway. The brake bite is also quite good at the lever, and there's a lot of progressive power after that, so you can brake from any given speed. The front and rear brakes both work really well. We've also upped the preload to the almost second last max setting, and what we can tell you that is much more easier to deal with at parking speeds. And that's what we've done. And with my rider weight, which is slightly on the heavier side, I've been able to push the motorcycle a bit more harder. The seat height has come up a bit, so it just feels much more flickable and easier to live with than the stock suspension setting, and I definitely recommend you guys do that as well. And Rest of the package is fantastic. There is hardly anything to be changed on this motorcycle. The seat, of course, if you are going to do long distances, then it is going to be a bit of trouble, but you can get the changed seat from the dealership and get a touring seat. And I think the Interceptor continues to impress. It's a fantastic motorcycle. There is a price increase between 7 to 9,000 rupees. I think the motorcycle is still worth it. It's a fantastic engine. It's a great looker. It's a very sweet, charming motorcycle in the 650 space, in the twin cylinder space that Royal Enfield is carving slowly and steadily. So there's going to be, so this platform has been so impressive that there's a talk of a lot of motorcycles coming in with the same engine, and we can't wait to ride them. We're already enjoying our time with the Interceptor. We're already going to enjoy our time with the upcoming that we will ride is the GT650, and of course the race spec version that we will also sometime get the opportunity to ride. It's a fantastic platform. You cannot go wrong with this motorcycle. If you are looking for a motorcycle in this space, in this price bracket, you definitely have to consider the Interceptor 650 as your seat. No matter how much you are into sport riding, no matter how much you are into casual commuting, it can do it all really well, and that's the beauty of the Interceptor 650. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and if you still have some comments, questions, put them in the comment section below. We'll be happy to answer it. Until then, goodbye.